These are the 3 best attack strategies you need to use at Town Hall 13 that are going to be the most reliable at getting you 3 stars. Let's start with our first army, the use of the Super Archer Blimp Hydra. This works well on a plethora of bases. More specifically, it works really well against ring bases because that is where the Super Archer Blimp shines the most. This is a common style of base, so using it to remove as much of the core as possible allows you to use the heroes on either the left or the right side of the base, usually where there's going to be very minimal buildings where you just have to, all you have to do is just funnel that, and then send in your dragons, your dragon riders, and your Grand Warden going through the rest of the base down to the Eagle Artillery. The Eagle being one of the most dangerous structures and one that you really need to prioritize. So you want to make sure that what you're doing is starting off with a couple balloons and then using the battle blimp. The goal here is to remove the town hall and any other structures within the core of the base. You don't need to always bring in the use of 2 clone spells, just bringing in 1 can more often than not be a lot better value, especially if you're not looking for all too much. And this can even get you more because the power comes in the invisibility, not really the super archers. Keeping them invisible for longer helps with getting much more value. This then allows you to go ahead and use your heroes to create much more of a funnel. This can be done on either the left or the right, like I mentioned, and making sure to remove as many buildings as possible is really the name of the game. This is where then you can also go ahead and send in your Hydra. Using the dragons, the dragon riders, and of course the Grand Warden will help move in and get a lot of really nice value, being able to deal with the enemy clan castle and dealing with the rest of the base as leading up to that Eagle Artillery. From there though, you should also think about using the Royal Champion towards the back end of the base. This is going to help you in terms of clearing through, and you'll be able to get some really nice value as she works her way around. Using the Grand Warden ability is a really nice touch, especially as you get deeper into the base, where there's going to be more traps and a lot more defenses to protect everything. This is a really fantastic way of being able to still clear through, and you get some really nice value from stuff such as free spells. You have a large amount of power, dragons and dragon riders, and it helps you more often than not get a really solid 3-star. Just consider that you might have to deal with things such as maybe enemy heroes like the Archer Queen and Royal Champion, so that could actually force your dragon riders to die. So you might want to just consider those different things, but more often than not, you will 3-star with this. It's not really a difficult strategy. For our second army, we have the use of the Super Bowler Smash. There is a really big reason to why you would want to use this. For the most part, it uses the Flame Flinger and the Grand Warden Walk on 2 different sides, as you can then send in your Super Bowlers through the middle of the base. This doesn't mean that you have to go right in towards the Town Hall. You mainly want to prioritize the Eagle Artillery for the most part, and you should have enough power to get all the way down to the Town Hall. That is how strong it is. You'll want to use a combination of Super Wall Breakers and the jump spells to get the most out of them to move all the way across. All you really need to do though is just create 2 different sides of the funnel. Using a Flame Flinger on one side of the base, and then using the Grand Warden Walk on the other side. Be very careful of things such as mortars and ground expos, or just expos in general. They will shut down your Flame Flinger, and it will make your life not as fun. You'll want to make sure that after the funnel has been created, that you use the Yetis alongside the Super Bowlers with the rest of your heroes. You'll need to make sure that you're able to lure over the Grand Warden, so that should allow you to do so usually by using stuff like the Yetis, the Archer Queen, etc. You'll want to make sure that you're getting a large chunk of that and being able to push through. Unfortunately, sometimes you might have the enemy Barbarian King lock onto your Grand Warden and could force the ability, but that's completely fine. The Super Bowlers can still live through that. Being able to make sure that you're moving from one end of the base to the other, having the Super Bowlers start working themselves in towards the Town Hall, having a jump that connects them to that Town Hall compartment is important. And then just having the jump spells to go all the way across is really good. Super Bowlers underneath rage spells are really nice, and having the first initial rage alongside the Grand Warden ability helps with the jump, then using another rage in the core. This allows you to then use the Royal Champion on the back end, and you can use a plethora of different CC troops in the Flame Flinger, such as Yetis or even Valkyries, if you want to be able to clear a little bit faster. Yetis are typically more recommended, but the back end Royal Champion remains standing. Being able to use her in order to help clear other buildings is going to help you for the most part in getting the 3-star. And of course, last but not least, we have the Blizzard Lalo, one of the most reliable strategies. You don't even need super troops for this attack, but you mainly want to look at how the base is laid out. On this base in particular, it is a teaser base, so it's really obvious where you're using the Blizzard. By the Town Hall, your heroes, going right by the Town Hall, getting some additional value, and then your Lava Loon is all on the other side. That's the easiest way to look at these type of common bases. But basically, you want to start by using the Super Wizard Blip. Use a couple balloons, and you're able to then remove the Town Hall with the use of the Blizzard. Anything more, such as any enemy heroes, the scatter shots, expos, they're all really nice additional value that you will want to try and take advantage of. You'll want to make sure as well that you're luring out the clan castle if possible, as most of the time you can't just use sneaky goblins to remove the clan castle. So making sure that you're able to use the Blizzard to lure it out and also remove the Town Hall is the name of the game. Now this is when your heroes go into play. Where are the enemy heroes? Well, of course, right by the Town Hall. Pretty obvious situation where you don't really need to worry about anything more, and your Sui hero becomes very simple and very refined. Deal with other defenses alongside making sure to break open into the base, which can help you get huge value, and you don't always even need to use wall breakers. You can use the regular wall breakers or the super wall breakers if you wanted. But once you've gotten the heroes down and you got a little bit more value in pathing, start your Lava Loon portion. Using the Lava Hound with a couple groups of balloons is the name of the game, but you'll want to use another one as you get later on towards, because you'll want to make sure that you are pulling as many traps as possible. This predictable pathing is going to help with that. It's going to make it far easier. So try to look for any red air bombs, but also try to look for tornado traps if they're not by the Town Hall. Outside of it, you should be able to more than easily and much more comfortably get through, because you'll have multiple free spells, multiple haste spells, and realistically, the back-end Royal Champion or sending her in with the Lava Loon is absolutely always going to get you the 3-star. Just make sure you have cleanup with the minions and the lava pups, and you'll be good for the 3-star. Now, each of these 3 armies, in my opinion, are really strong, very versatile, and of course, very reliable on almost any base. So I would heavily recommend using any of these 3, and let me know what you would like to see more of here on the channel, especially during CWL week and even after Clan War Leagues ends.